Welcome back to the Social Psycho Podcast, where we take a look at things affecting the Black community from a psychological and sociological lens. My name is Boonie, and I'm here today with Damien, Brent, and Van. How are y'all doing today?
I'm Gucci. Everything good.
Turn this TV off because it keep getting my attention.
Blessed and highly favored. Happy to be here.
That's amazing. How was y'all day?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can all hear each other. The day was going all right since ain't nobody answer.
Oh, because I'm like, what happened? Did I do something?
I did something. I think I did. Whatever.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about friends with or without benefits, friends, platonic friendships, and can men be friends with women they are attracted to, and vice versa? Can women be friends with men they are attracted to? I feel like this is a conversation that people have a lot of the times. You see people talk about it. I saw Steve Harvey one time saying that he doesn't believe that men and women can be friends. He said he thinks that if a man is befriending a woman, he's doing it because he's trying to get with her romantically. We're gonna, go through a couple of questions and then decide if we believe that men and women can be friends. But first, I'm going to turn to Psychology Today and see what they had to say about it. So the belief that men and women can't be friends comes from another era in which women were at home and men were in the workplace. And the only way they could get together was for romance, explained Linda Sapadin, a psychologist in Valley Stream, New York. Now they work together and share sports interests and socialize together. This cultural shift has encouraged psychologists, sociologists, and communications experts to put forth a new message. Though it may be tricky, men and women can successfully become close friends. What's more, there are good reasons for them to do so. Society has long singled out romance as the prototypical male-female relationship because it spawns babies and keeps the life cycle going. Cross-sex friendship, as researchers call it, has been either ignored or trivialized. We have rules for how to act in romantic relationships, flirt, date, get married, have kids, and even same-sex friendships. Boys relate by doing activities together, girls by talking and sharing, but there are so few platonic male-female friendships on display that we're at a loss to even define these relationships. So we're going to jump right in with this topic by going to the first segment. What's your theory? And to do that, we are going to answer this question. Have you ever had any friends that you were attracted to romantically, but pretended to be friends with them, hoping they'd see you as more? I'm about to dig in y'all business a little bit.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to kick it off. Nope.
Ever?
Nope, because I've always been attracted to my female friends. But as the relationship and stuff that grew, I realized, okay, this is little sister, big sister, or even looking at them like my homeboys and stuff like that sometimes.
It not necessarily. Okay, yeah, attracted to, but it also can be sexually. So not just relate for relationships, but have you been sexually attracted to a girl? It could be either or.
Oh yeah, I slept with two of them, and we still good friends to this day, and ain't nothing gonna change that. Nothing.
Okay. What about you?
That was some college stuff, you know.
What about you, Van?
I've been attracted to, but never sexually attracted to any of my friends, nor have I slept with any of them. So I do believe men and women can be platonic friends. It's just extremely rare without somebody secretly trying to make more of it. But yeah, if I slept with you, you weren't my friend. I've never slept with my friends.
What about you, Damien?
I don't know if I understand.
I saw you over there smiling too. No.
trying to think. I'm thinking of so many different.
Okay, it says, have you had any friends that you were attracted to romantically, but pretended to be friends with them, hoping they'd see you as more?
I can't say pretend. I can't say pretend because I feel like energy don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
um,
That's a good statement because, to be honest, like I never lied to them. Like we were
like,
feeling each other, but we realized later on this is better off as having a friendship, not a relationship.
or it's like,
Or not necessarily pretend. Like you could say, I didn't pretend. You didn't pretend, but maybe you was upfront about it. Like, if it goes deeper, then I'm open to that.
yep, and that makes sense because I feel like most people that you deal with, not even on a romantic level, but since we're talking about romantic level, but like you attracted to them. Most people, you attracted to them in some type of way. You just got to find out if y'all could like
Yeah,
that.
it's different types of, yeah.
Period.
And that's what I wanted to say. It's different types of attraction: sexual attraction, emotional, mental, and it's some more, but those are
So,
three. Those are the main three.
so
Well,
coming
you
from
know what? I take it back. I wasn't sexually attracted to any of them, but I did at one point was like, if the time came around, I would be open to it. But it didn't take me long. Like immediately after I said that, I was like, but I'm not sexually attracted to him. And I'm pretty sure that's an expectation in a relationship. So
Yeah,
I just was like, you know what? Never mind.
yeah,
got you.
sometimes like from a dude standpoint too, we don't know. Like even if you are sexually attracted to somebody, you might not even know if like it. So ask the question again. Say it again. Say the question again. Because I want to make sure I got it right.
Have you had any friends that you were attracted to romantically, but pretended to be friends with them, hoping they see you as more, or sexually? It could be romantically or sexually. Because I feel like you don't necessarily, romantic attraction isn't the same as sexual attraction. I feel like romantically it kind of goes hand in hand, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But I can see what they saying. Like sometimes people you can kind of like hide what you really trying to do and just be act like a friend. But I feel like in my case, I always more than likely we gonna be some type of friends before anyway. But I don't know. I mean
I feel
I
like
can't
the
end it.
friendship before you get into a romantic relationship is different from from a platonic friendship.
Right. And then
Because
like
both of y'all going into it with the thought that, oh, this might go somewhere. But
yeah,
we,
and
we
some
just chilling right
reason,
now.
romantically or like sexually, I'm for some reason I'm thinking like of somebody walking by and you looking at that ass or something.
Not like that.
I mean, that's what I'm
It
and you
could be it could
damn
be
they,
somebody that you like grew up with, right? Like you was friends with them, and like y'all get older and you're like, dang, I like her a little more than just, my friend, but we friends. Like I like you scared to like be honest because you don't want it to mess up the friendship.
okay, yeah. I can't say I ever pretended though. I can't say I pretended.
I got you.
Act like,
I think for me it was more of like just curiosity, like sexual
yeah,
curiosity and a little bit of lust.
That can be.
Like I know, like the women that I'm talking about, like those are like two lifelong friends, and that stuff happened what almost like 15, 17 years ago, something like that. Like that stuff's not even that was kid stuff, really. You know what I mean?
Grown people do that job all the time still.
Yeah, but I've never hid my intentions in my adult life and stuff like that for
right,
anybody, to be honest.
Mm.
I'm too old for that.
right. I can't hide. You gotta know. Even if we just friends and I ain't even started off like lusting for you romantically. When I start feeling like that, I'm gonna let you know. You know what I mean? I gotta let you know. I can't hide it.
Well, for
But
me, I've never had, I've never pretended to be friends with somebody in hopes that we'll be more. I've never been attracted to my friends. like either we friends or we not friends. I've been in a situation where I got into I guess you could say a friendship with somebody, and it was, you know, we friend, like I don't want nothing serious right now, but we compatible. So if it goes that way, I'm open to it. I've been like that. And I've expressed my intentions in that way or whatever. But that situation, well, I'll save it for story time. It just
Nightmare Boonie. Just be on nightmare.
it was a bad idea. But yeah, if I decide that you're my friend, you're my friend. I'm never gonna have feelings for you romantically. I don't experience sexual attraction unless I have an emotional connection to you, and not like on a platonic level. It has to be on a romantic level. We connect emotionally or whatever. If I catch feelings for you, that's when I'm sexually attracted. But if I don't have feelings for you, I'm not. I've never experienced sexual attraction for anybody that I didn't have feelings for.
So have you ever? What's the longest span that something changed? Like from when you was friends with this dude for 20 years, but the first maybe 10 you wasn't never felt like that, and then maybe 10 years after that, then you started feeling like, dang, like something. Did that ever happen?
Oh, it definitely not gonna be 10. I know immediately if I'm. I know immediately
No,
if
I'm saying
I'm
changed.
like my feelings changing for them along in like that time frame.
Like long years down, like you know that at first this is your friend and y'all
Okay,
just
I'll say this. Well, not friends, so this don't apply. But one of my relationships from high school, I wasn't sexually attracted to none of my boyfriends except the last one. The one of my relationships for high school, I wasn't attracted to the person until we became adults. So like recently reconnected with them, and I'm like, you know, just different. Like I'm sexually attracted to you, but it's somebody that I had a strong connection with, like from the time that I met them, but I never experienced sexual attraction, or I never recognized it until we became adults. Because our relationship, even though we were boyfriend and girlfriend, it wasn't sexual. It wasn't like it wasn't sexual, like to the point that if somebody was like, oh, this person say that they talk to such and such, I wouldn't care because I ain't having sex with you, and I know that you talking to that girl because she having sex with you, and I'm not. I don't care. That's how I was in high school. Like I ain't gonna do it, so no, yeah, she
yeah,
I
but
ain't doing it.
still good. But
But as far as like my feelings changing, especially for somebody that I've been friends with for a long time, no. If I decide you're my friend, that's it. I don't have sex. I'm not having sex with my friends. I'm not crossing the line. It's
I
just not
did
gonna
have that
happen.
happen for me.
What?
What he's talking about, I did have that happen for me. My first love, that's exactly how it happened. We became friends, like with the pure intentions of just being friends. Like he wasn't necessarily attractive to me. Like we were just friends. We were just cool. And we just end up getting closer and closer and closer to eventually I really did like him and we did end up dating and stuff like that. But I did have that happen before where we started off as friends and later on feelings grew.
yeah,
Hey,
Yeah,
my
I'm not
favorite
really
rap song started going
I
off
ain't
in my
really
head.
a feelings grow type of person. It's either I feel it or I don't.
We started off as
Like I'm
cool.
just not really like that. I've never really been like that.
now that I think about it, like I always was like wanting to just have like a lot of girlfriends because I never wanted to say I just had one girlfriend. I always wanted to have a lot of
At one time or like dating
like
a
not even on the
Yeah,
dating level. Like
friends or
all of
female
them,
friends.
you mean like platonic?
like all they all platonic, but all of them got that potential.
Got you.
Like we know, it's just like a little,
Yeah, because it's in our DNA. Like men and women, like we naturally are gonna be attracted. That's why I'm want to have this discussion because it's like a thin. I really think it's a thin line. Like the line can be blurred because we're biologically attracted to each other. So, and I do feel like a lot of times when we have those feelings or whatever, we mess up a friendship because we going off of uh
Emotion.
emotions and sexual attraction a lot of the time. Sometimes it just be that you just want to have sex with them.
Some of the even though I'm friends with the two that I was talking about, my other girlfriends, nah, them like brothers. Like we just been through a lot of things together. Especially like when we were coming up together and stuff like that, when we were freshmen and stuff like that through college and employment, us getting it out the mud together and stuff like that. So I got a lot of relationships and stuff like that with a lot of women because that's all I ever been around. Like when you're a black man and I don't want to say just black man, but when you're a male in a predominant profession as teaching is dominated by predominantly women, that's who you're gonna be around most of the time. And those are some of the greatest platonic friendships that I have. And with those, I never crossed the line or even yeah, we can be. It all depends because sometimes some people can become emotionally attached to you more so than sexually, and that can lead
I
to.
think it's like the more we talk about it, the more I realize like I do got a lot of like friends that I could have like a good time with in person and stuff like that. But like if we like text on the phone and stuff like that, like it's kind of like never platonic, like 100%.
So it's like,
I'm
so
just
it's kind of like
I'm like all my life before. I'm just like in my life now. Like because like business and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like once I started like wanting to have business, then I can like more like talk on the phone with people in a friendly way and stuff like that. But like for the most part, I even had situations where I'm friends with a person and like we really just friends. And like they came on to me and I'm like, no, they're gonna mess up our friendship. Right. And I say another 6 months, a year go by, we end up do get intimate. And it do mess up the friendship. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But we still like now more than ever, we gotta be like brother, sister, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I feel like at our age, and I feel like we go get to a lot of other stuff too, but like, just for this segment right here. So
that communication faltered after that though. Like as far as what I mean, as far as if I'm talking to you, like on the phone and communicating with you and stuff, like we good like that, but it still ain't 100% platonic, So when now with me and her, we barely talk unless it's just friend, like on some friends.
Because I do feel like if you're like you have a habit of like talk they in your life, like you talking to them all the time, you around them all the time, it can get blurry.
After that, now we can't do that no more. Like how getting by it gonna mess up the friendship. Like
I feel you because I feel like when you spend time with a lot of time with a person, it can get blurry or whatever. But
basically, you have to set those boundaries,
right? Or the lines will be blurred. But to move along to our next segment, the hear me out segment, my bad. We're going to start with, I have a few questions for this segment. How many of your platonic friendships turned into relationships? That's the first one I want y'all to answer.
What type of relationship? Like you mean
like romantic relationships? Yeah, like y'all together.
Only one for me.
Not
one actually was a friend with benefits, but only one relationship ended out of like being friends and then end up in. You know what? Nope, my bad. Two.
You mean your whole life now?
Yeah, your whole life.
Two. My first and the one before I got married. The one, well, I already explained the first one. That was my first love. We were just friends. That was the intention and just grew over time. And we dated. We were together in a relationship, committed relationship for 2 years. Or was it 3? 2 years. And then a guy I had been friends with for at least 4 years. And he was just like, let's give it a try, take that leap of faith. And I was like, I really don't want to. Like, I don't want to ruin the friendship. And he was like, you never know, like we could grow big together, like we could be great together. And I am very dangerous to myself when I'm bored. At that time, I was a big danger to myself when I'm bored. And I was just like, fuck it, why not? And would not recommend, definitely regret, would not recommend, but only 2.
Gotcha.
What was the question, y'all? I'm sorry, I'm back.
How many of your platonic friendships turned into a relationship?
None of them. Cause I made my intentions and stuff like that with the women that I romantically pursued and stuff like that up front and clear and stuff. I've never had a platonic friendship that turned into a relationship.
Me neither.
I had one.
Spill the tea.
Full blown relationship too. Because it was like a friendship that was like, one of them friendships. It was like childhood friendship stirred in there too. So childhood, then you started, then you in high school now. So it's like you remember when we was cool when we was a young, type thing. And then you go through the college years, and it's like we having so much fun during that summer. It's like, nah, you giving me an ultimatum, and I didn't even realize it. Like,
yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, you can go on about your business because you're going to college anyway or whatever. And then you realize, like, dang, I missed this person. Like, I missed them,
Not Nadia popping in here late.
So that's how you
don't go.
fall for that relationship.
What you say?
That's how you fall. That's how that, for me, that's how I fell into that relationship for that friendship. Going from that friendship phase into that relationship phase.
Like, just like being with them a lot, like spending a lot of time with them.
So much fun. And like, once that separation came from being away from school and stuff, it's like, well, you may as well, if you ain't gonna be with me, then blah, blah. Kind of like, we separating anyway, so if we ain't gonna be together, we might as well just not, be friends at all, kind of thing. I'm like, okay, all right, that's how you want to do it.
I had a situation where I started talking to somebody out of high school. Like, I didn't talk to them in high school. We started talking after we got out of high school, and they were going off to college. And I feel like I didn't think that he was looking for a relationship. He wasn't making it clear to me. He ain't said, I want to be with you. So I was like, you about to go to college. I ain't want you to be in college and you worry about me, what how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, whatever. Just go and be good. Come back.
And that one was weird to me too. I was like, why would you spring this now out of all times, But
I think it kind of like was a thing to do. Like, when you get out of high school, find somebody,
Is it that, or is it that a fear of losing somebody that they really comfortable with?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because if I'm going to college, I'm gonna be thinking I'm gonna meet so many different people.
Right.
So like,
some people
that was how Becky had on me. Like, okay, now you giving me this ultimatum, so I'm like, girl, you about to go, and go to school. So I'm like, bump that. So for a couple months, like 3 months, we ain't really even talking like that.
I mean, I do advise now if somebody's going to college or something and you're a young couple, I don't advise
don't get into a relationship when you're about to go to
I don't advise that.
Get out of it.
When I went, I'll never forget it. When I started South Carolina State, when I went to South Carolina State in 2007, that fall, all them girls had on them little chastity and purity rings and shit like that. And that's I know by December, all them shit was off. Well, they boys,
I never understood the purpose of
the little promise rings and all that shit, man. Please. Them girls started hearing them cues barking and them alphas and stuff like that, doing their little train and them
not the cues.
loops and stuff, they shimmying and shit, and them football players and them player ass niggas, man, that shit ain't a rap. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Alcohol and all that stuff. You never
right.
Like, man, please.
No curfew or nothing. And your homegirl tricking. So you figure I may as well do a little something.
Hey, you laughing, but that's some real shit. I know ass of girls and stuff who was in college that was tricky. Like, they're like, them books got to pay for themselves. I ain't even mad at her.
I'm laughing because he being specific.
Oh, for real? Damn, I ain't know that. I thought you were speaking hypothetically. My bad.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's why you fight against them relationships like that. You fight against like, nah. In the back of your mind, your girlfriend getting ran through college right now. Ain't no way that ain't what you thinking.
Right.
Especially if you ain't in college at all. Like
that's why I was like, yeah, I'm not about to get in a relationship. Nobody that gonna college. Go do your thing.
I remember my homegirl who, when I was in the biology program, she was from Florida. She was crazy as shit. She used to go on and on about her man back home, her man back home. So next thing you know, I'm going into the hall. So next thing I know, I'm going into her building to go upstairs to go see a girl. And who on the damn elevator was somebody that was not her boyfriend and looked just like the dude or whatever because she had a type. And I just looked at it, I was like, man, nigga, you here cupcake. You faking like a motherfucker. Get out my face.
Hey, I noticed something. They do got a type though.
I'm so happy that I don't got a type. That's boring.
They kind of y'all be falling for them certain ones though.
Not y'all, because I don't got no type.
See, I can't speak because Boonie know I have a type for men and women. I have a type. I have a type,
like
but
herself.
I didn't date my
her type
like,
is her. Her type
and see,
is
Boonie
people
be
that
saying
look like
it,
her.
and I really do not be saying it because
the
people I like looking at okay, so one of my best friends told me I'm not my type because when I look in the mirror, I don't see what everybody else see. I don't necessarily care for my looks. I don't necessarily care for how I look. But when I look at other women, other men, I'm like, I like this. And Boone is like, they look like you. And I'm like, no, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I ain't gonna lie.
They don't look like me.
I can't run from a vibe either. Like, even like
when you gotta see, I'm a connection person. I don't care about none of the other stuff, but when I feel like a spark,
yeah, I can't run from that vibe. Like,
I'm going head first, like, cause it don't happen often. So when I feel a spark, I'm a ride that junk until it crash. I don't care.
Yeah, guess what? That's what the fuck keep happening to me. I'm good. I ain't want no more sparks.
That's how I was, because you can look, if you look at my quote unquote track record, you'll be like, man, like, see, they look nothing like my type. They don't look shit like my type. Well, my husband do.
The dudes the dudes that you show me that you talk to, no. But the people that you be sending to me,
I dated
be looking
purely for, and see, I dated purely for personality, like what your personality was like. I didn't care how you look. Now I did at some point, and that's when I realized I can't keep dating people I'm not physically attracted to, because at some point I'm like, damn, I wish my man looked like that. And I'm like, yep, it's time to go, because now I'm sitting here thinking about other niggas. So it's time to go. I had to start looking at what I like.
For me, like, if I got that connection with you, I'm attracted to you physically. I don't care how you look.
Nah, I feel like
how you look.
I feel like two things can be true.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, like what she's talking about is true, but I mean, I got like,
like your vibe. I can vibe with you right now today. Like right now, like say, like I can't help, like you say, you pressing all the right buttons and doing all the right stuff and turning me up with you, like together. I can't run from that. You know what I mean? But at the same, if I'm not like, if you ain't all the way my type, I ain't gonna always want to be with you either. You know what I mean? But when we vibing, we vibing. But I'ma still want to go get my type and see my type if you ain't always my type too.
Man, just say you guys go start cheating, man.
I'm so happy I ain't got no type. The next question. Hold on. The next question.
Type more matters to hold on. The circumstance. Like say for instance, proving like if you in high school, you can more like pick your type more because you around them people all the time. You know what I'm saying? When you grown and like you just moved to a new town, you kind of more like gonna relax your type a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I mean. But you still gonna like towards your type. You know what I'm saying? But you feel me? I
so think you say like in high school,
like you definitely got a type.
Right? You think so in high school?
because like
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
I didn't have when I was in high
I think
school.
a lot of people do. Yeah.
Believe it or
that's
not,
when you learning it.
believe it or not, y'all think I'm crazy. Like, I didn't have a specific type. I had an idea of what I wanted my woman to be like. But as I've gotten older and all of that, idea shit to stay on that wayside. I'm done with it.
You had an idea?
Yeah, I had an idea. That shit
in
over
the past.
In the past. That shit over with. Fuck that idea shit. That shit over with.
Man, I thought when you young like that, you think you got a type. Like when you really own that when you young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
like,
think when you I think that people were more like
because I really
they were more concerned with their type.
Now I don't deal with them type at all. Like
mine ain't changed.
Because
if you look at what I liked when I was little up to now, you'll see my type has not changed, not one bit.
If you look at my track record, I ain't got the type.
Like I expanded as I got older. Like when I was young, it was definitely one way, and then like senior year of high school, it went one way. Then the relationship happened, but I still had like one type of person. All of them was one type, but I still like.
I'm trying to remember all of the people that you've been with.
Like in high school, like I started expanding a little bit, but as I got older as a man, I really like it. Don't.
I like I do.
Like if your vibe, I can't run from a vibe now. You know what I mean?
Got you. That's how I am a little bit.
Nah, even when the vibe's going good, I'm kind of like cautious. I'm like, oh shit, what about to happen? Like, nah, I'm chilling right now. That's why I ain't even trying to be in no damn.
I be riding a vibe because I get bored so fast. That junk gonna be over so fast.
But
that's what being a serial dater comes in handy.
I don't drink alcohol no more either because I know that's how I am. So I don't make it for nobody.
And me too, Damien. I know that's how I am. That's why I be like, yeah, no, I ain't about to mix with people or whatever. Because sometimes them vibes don't be for you.
Right. I'm real vibrant.
Really?
Hey, I was really getting ready to bust out, start singing Q-Tip just now, for real.
Vibrant thing.
Yeah.
No, y'all, for real. This girl had I knew that this girl say, put that in my yearbook. She said, I hope you stay the same because something about being vibrant. I can't remember exactly what she said.
Please put that in quotes when you upload this video.
What?
Yeah, I ain't never heard nobody tell me that.
A real vibrant. That's the name of the episode.
Yeah. Vibrant energy. That's what she said. And that was, I ain't never heard nobody say that before back then. So
it's always talking about your energy, your vibe. Like you just got this energy, you just got this vibe. I don't know what they talk about.
Well, as long as we've known each other, have I ever said that to you? You got good energy, good vibe, or anything? Because I don't think I have. I just always said you was a good person.
I don't think I've ever heard you say anything about anybody's vibe.
I don't really think he's a vibe person for real. Because anytime we talk about it, he be rolling his eyes like, oh my God, vibes. Y'all love talking about it, energy. I just don't think that he operate like that.
So like, hold on, Brent. So ain't nobody just like just been saying the right stuff. Like they ain't been trying to, but they just get you and y'all just float with each other. And
like they be compelling you. Like
it ain't even. It's like effortless, and you
or you doing
in your mind, you know they wondering.
That shit is good for the honeymoon stage or some shit. Then everything crash and burn right afterwards.
And that's why I ride.
That's why I ain't doing it. That's why I ain't want to hear that shit. Fuck that vibrant shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, it worked for y'all. It don't work for me.
Yeah, that's when you're supposed to just enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah.
Not take it serious, not take it too seriously or like try to make something big out of it. You just enjoy the moment. You just live in a moment.
Vibe that I had that I lost, I kind of messed it up myself.
How?
Just one of them for sure that I like I said, meeting somebody and just spark with them.
See, that's the thing about the vibe, the connection vibe thing. Because when you meet somebody else, I just be like,
no, I'm gonna tell you how.
I'll break up with somebody to be with the next to be with
right.
the next.
But see,
y'all some serial
you doing yours the right way though.
I'm scared to do stuff like that.
That's why I be staying out the way. Like, okay, yeah, I ain't doing that.
But see, you doing things the right way. If you're not feeling that person no more, you move on. Some people cheat who they with and instead of cheating on them with somebody else.
Oh, I ain't gonna cheat. I will literally meet somebody the day, like today, right now, and be with you and call you and be like, look, I don't think this gonna work out.
All right, Rich.
I will literally do that.
Witnessed her do some similar shit before. I was like, damn, Boonie, it's only been like, what, 2 days?
Nah, but see, what got me laughing though, that remind me of Sunshine. Remember Richie in the hotel? Hey, take it easy.
I don't think I ever saw that.
Harlem Nights, when he called up his family.
Oh,
and said,
okay.
Hey, I ain't never come. Y'all take it easy.
You'll never see me again.
Bro, I'll break up with you so fast if I catch another vibe.
But
wait, that was back there. I ain't like that.
I don't know about but the vibe thing, I don't think that's my thing or whatever. I think I'd be falling for the words and shit. So it is.
I think you got that idea, even though you said you still got that idea of the woman. And when a woman matches up, you just be in love, like, oh yeah, she gonna be my wife.
I'm not gonna sit here and deny that being by myself I'm learning a lot about myself, my my likes, my dislikes, and all that type of stuff. And I realized that I was too tolerable of certain things and I'm not real tolerable of. And with the women and stuff that I was choosing, there's nothing wrong with having a career. There's nothing wrong with pursuing your career goals because everybody wants to be successful. But when you are meeting people who are just not willing to compromise, and you're willing to compromise on certain things, hey, you need to. It's time to reevaluate where you guys are. And they have removed me from the relationships and stuff to continue doing what they're doing, and I have nothing bad to say about them. So
a lot of times when people chasing their career, it's not the right time to get in a relationship because you hungry, you ambitious, you don't care nothing about their relationship. Oh, yeah. You're not making decisions based off of that. You're making decisions based off of your career. That's why it's kind of dangerous.
It's also dangerous, but the one thing that I can say about the people who I personally know in my personal lives who were ambitious, who were hungry for their careers, who got everything career-wise, they just don't have that one thing that was missing was their family dynamic. And, they hurting about that because they don't have that anymore. But it happens. It is what it is. I'm just a family-oriented type of guy, and I'm not ashamed of that. This is how I am.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't feel like Brent is like he said earlier, I don't feel like Brent is a vibe or energy type of person. He's more of the like straight and narrow logical person. Like, oh, you seem like a good person, you seem nice. Okay, yeah, I don't mind kicking it with you. You don't seem bad, and you seem like you might be a good fit into my life. So I'll take you in to, see how it goes. But actually being in the moment to enjoy the energy itself, I don't think he's actually that type, which of course ain't nothing wrong with it, but just saying, I don't think he's that type.
Now, the one thing that I can say about like the vibes and the energy aspect of it, when it comes to my male friends, yeah, the vibe, energy type stuff, like with some of them, I fall back on because their energy is not matching with my energy. Their energy can cause you to end up doing 10 to life. You know what I'm saying? So, I fell back from a lot of that type of stuff, especially since I'm getting more mature and I'm still doing things in my career that I want to see come into fruition. I can't be around that type of negative energy. If you're on some positivity, I can be around you. But if you're on some negative stuff, we can't. You gotta get the fuck off around me. I don't want you around me.
I feel like it's two different vibes though. It's the vibe when you chasing somebody, and it's a vibe when somebody pursuing you too.
Yeah, true.
That's what I'm saying. Like when say for instance, like when you look across the room at somebody and you don't even know what's gonna happen, but y'all pursuing each other at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
I miss that.
Even if it ain't romantically.
I miss stuff like that.
In this conversation that we having with each other, we both giving into it. We both shooting off. You could vibe with somebody, not even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's what make it, that's what make it, it's that potential, it's that potency for what we, like, you can meet somebody, you know what I'm saying? Felt like you knew them forever.
That's that twin flame energy.
And that's the stuff that I meant, that them the ones that I sabotage, the ones that I feel like now I'm being pursued. You see what I'm saying? That when I meant when I said I usually mess those up, I messed it up. It's because like I was being pursued, but it's like really I already got something going on, man. Like how you saying I admire you, say I'd leave something if
Right away.
in hindsight I probably should have because it didn't work out, but in the moment I was scared to leave that what I had going on, because that was good. That was what I knew, and then like I said, it had that childhood attached to it.
Yeah.
So y'all already
So it was like
y'all already
loyalty.
had history. So basically, y'all just already had a history together.
Right. So when I finally said bump it, let me just really do the relationship with that person, that childhood friend, really, it's like when I meet these other flames and these vibes, it's like I'm gonna mess them up eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Is it it was an on again, off again relationship? On and off, or was it
from that child? You talking about the childhood?
Yeah.
It was in the beginning. It was on. Whether it was even said that it was a relationship or not, it's just that's why I was given the ultimatum. And after that, when we say okay, we a relationship, that's when it would kind of start being more on and off again.
Really?
Yeah, because now it changed me. Like you say, you already in school, and I said bump it. So it was a little period where I was like, I don't care. You ain't got. I bump that. You said you ain't gonna talk to me. You ain't gonna be friends at all. If I don't be your boyfriend, we'll bump it. But then after that period, I miss you. Oh, I miss you. So bump it. Let's be together. So now I'm starting meeting these insecurities about you being in school, and I got a girl in school at college, and I ain't even in college, and all these insecurities start opening up now that I never had before because I was always the one in pursuit.
Right.
You feel me? And I'm learning all of this in hindsight, like 2 or 3 years ago now. I ain't realizing this then that that dang, I'm no longer in pursuit. That's why I'm feeling so different now. I gotta succumb to this ultimatum because I really don't want to lose this person.
Gotcha.
So
I hate ultimatums.
You
should have called her bluff. If you give me ultimatum, I'm calling your bluff every time.
I did at first. I did. But it was like, dang,
you ain't supposed to renege when you do that.
We were spending so much time together, like it was just kind of foreign for like even if
I was a bluff with a bluff.
Spending time with other people, it was like I think that was my strongest like vibe at the time. It was the strongest one. Like, dang, I missed them.
I called my ex's bluff, and you see what that got me? I'm in Atlanta.
Okay, you did it right.
No, what I mean by like what I understand what he's saying, but I don't know, like Van and I ain't gonna lie, man. Van and Boonie read the shit out of me just now when he talked about. They right, man. I'm cool with that shit. Fuck all that vibe. I'm kind of ready for y'all to go ahead and ask the next question, man.
I'm about to. He don't get it. He be looking so like, oh my god, we're talking about energy again when we start talking about it.
Like every time I hear energy, like when I hear people say
but
energy,
you know
I think of the crystal rocks and numb your rings.
That makes sense though. It makes sense because you don't really care about that type of stuff. I don't really feel like you give off energy because out of everybody, I know everybody do, but I'm saying for me, like a person who feels it powerfully, I don't really get that feeling from you a lot.
Talk with me.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's never happened before. I don't really feel anything. No energy or nothing like that.
I honestly don't know. I don't know. Yo, my energy meter must be broken or something. I don't know.
You know what? That's why I say I don't think he's the energy vibe type of person because I don't either. Like Brent, cool as fuck.
Yeah, he cool, but I don't feel
y'all, even
there's nothing. Even with Dame down
you say
here,
Damien,
like,
yeah, I feel your energy. Yeah, you say to you he do.
That he don't want to be bothered, or if you could feel that somebody don't want to be talked to, you can. That's energy to me.
All right. No. I'm the thing about the thing about me because I'm trying to figure this out. Like, damn, where my energy at? I know I'm a super saiyan, but like
it don't work like that.
It just don't. It's like you know what I'm saying?
Like there's a block. Like it's like locked
it's like a
in
wall
you or
there.
something. Like it's impenetrable.
It
But
is.
y'all
I
feeling
mean,
that though. But y'all feeling that though,
But
right?
we feeling something, but it ain't nothing at the same
But y'all
time.
feeling that
damn, I
wall. Y'all
am
feeling
somebody,
that
Okay,
Booney.
wall.
You didn't say
no,
nothing.
not
It's
like
like when
that.
you
Not
drink.
like that.
It's like
I'm
when
No.
you
messing
drink
with you. I'm
water.
messing with
You drinking water. You know it's something that you're drinking, but you're not tasting nothing. But you can taste something when you
Yeah.
taste a different water, but you can't tell what that taste is. Brent is
Yeah.
like water.
Like that.
There's something, but there's nothing.
Yeah,
I could have been. Nah, I could have been to that, man. I'm just a. I ain't know. Just a. I'm just a
like,
regular dude.
I do feel like you are closed off though.
like
You
you
have a
remember?
wall.
You work more with your brain than your soul.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
remember
okay, that
Xavier
makes
Brand?
sense.
Yeah, more logical. He's more like logical.
The reason why I think the reason why I'm
I'm
like that, I'm a
logical.
little more
Yeah,
calculating.
but Damien, you emotional too. And
Right,
the type of emotional, like whenever me and you have a conversation, I feel energized after talking to
right,
you.
right.
I don't
But
have a lot
but I,
of
but I
conversations
base
with
my
people where
decisions off of logic. No,
yeah, but me too. All of us here. Me too. When I make my
All of us
decisions,
here are
it's
logical,
logical.
but we have more of an not necessarily an emotional intellect because Brent got
I,
that too,
He
I
but
got
think
it.
it's more
It's like
of
up
when it
you
here
comes
though.
to
understand it
emotion, he ain't
more.
emotion. You don't feel his emotion. It's
Yeah, I guess.
right,
I'm just
right.
not a. I don't want
For
to say this.
lack of
I don't
better
know if it's
words, yeah, but it's more so we just don't feel his it's blocked.
Yeah, it's a
It's like
block.
he has his brain and he has his soul, and instead of them being okay, Dane, your brain and your soul are connected. They are one. You're still growing, you're still learning, they are one.
Right.
Brent, it's like he has his brain over here, his soul over here, and he's trying to mix them or either trying to keep them apart, but there's a wall somewhere in there and it's blocking. Now, of course, that's
Exactly.
just from what we see, but that don't mean that's how he actually is. But just from what we feel, that's kind of like how I picture it.
well. No, I mean
Right.
I don't. Shit. I ain't gonna disagree with you at all because I've only known Boonie about 3 or 4 years.
About 3, I think.
Yeah, about 3, maybe 4 years. Van, hell, I only known you for less than about a year,
Yeah,
but
about a year.
Has it been a year?
it's been
Damn.
about a year. But it hasn't been on like a consistent basis since we've been doing the podcast. Like I don't bother people like that, like friends and stuff like that, because everybody got a life and everybody got a schedule. So I don't interfere with everybody's schedule. The
Yeah.
only time I'll call Boonie up with some stupid shit that I think is stupid, and then she'll make me realize it's not stupid. You just opinionated. And I'm like, damn, you know what? You're right.
Right.
Like I love when Boonie check me. I don't mind getting
Because
checked.
he just lives here. It's everything is like, yeah,
Get
this is
that
it
outlet.
just goes there. Like it don't transcend to, like Van said, it don't connect a lot of time. I be trying to get him to see stuff and like direct him, but
It's
It's
a
like a
hard
brick.
task.
It's like a brick. It's like a brick wall. But I think I've gotten like that because of my career field, and I try to keep that shit
Right.
guarded
Right.
because
You don't want to be vulnerable.
yeah, not in that environment. Not in that
Right.
environment. Like
That
I
makes
remember,
sense, especially if you're there more than you are at home. It kind of comes home with you,
But
so
you
you
got to
can't
be
help it.
like
sure.
when my best friend, like when my best friend had gotten killed. I'll never forget that. Like I was walking in, walking into the prison, and that's when they told me, and I never made it past the grill. You know what I'm saying? Like the grill, like is when you go inside the institution to be around other inmates and stuff. I just
Yeah.
did not have the energy to do that day. So I left. But I didn't have that emotional breakdown till I got the fuck out of there. You know what I
Right.
mean? I
yeah,
didn't want nobody to see me cry, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
You had to keep that like you say.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's gotten worse as as I continue with my career, but I don't try to bring it home though. One thing about my relationships with any women that I've ever had, and I'll call all them fools up and have them come on the show. I make myself emotionally
Don't do that.
available for them. I make
Except
myself
me.
emotionally available for them. I don't guard myself and stuff like that when I trust you with my heart and stuff like that if I'm in a relationship. But, unfortunately, it is what it is.
You don't do that with me.
The reason, you know why I don't do that with you? Because I think you're a witch.
Because you scared.
You think she might be able to help you
Because
out?
you terrified. That's why.
Nah, it's not that. It's not that. You know, like you and I have a real love for each other. Like it's a real pure, genuine love, and it's not based off of anything other than
You
wanting
don't
to see each
trying
other
to gain
do
nothing.
well.
What you
Right.
say,
Like I don't.
Damien? Hold
She
up.
ain't really. She ain't necessarily trying to gain something from it in particular, like somebody else would,
Well,
or
no, it's
use it,
not.
or
It's
use
not
it
only that.
or
I don't
whatever.
want. It's not that. I don't want to send mixed signals. Like the only thing I really value and want from Boonie is like her genuine friendship because I love our friendship. I love how she corrects me. Like I love that shit. Like
Right.
if I'm wrong, fucking correct me. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Boonie will say I'm gonna correct him. He still ain't gonna care. Guess what? She right.
Correct me. And don't do that.
She right. But the thing about it is, that's a part of me that I gotta learn how to tap into, I guess. But it just where I work. Like I no, like you're not gonna see me cry.
So you think
And they ain't even necessarily crying, but like
No, I'm
vulnerable.
saying, well, what I'm saying, like vulnerable is I don't want to be vulnerable, and the reason why I don't want to be vulnerable is because man, there's some sorry ass people out here, man.
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
and
I got
I'm
a
not,
question.
and I'm one of them people like, and I'm gonna be honest, because Boonie will tell you, like, I'm one of them type of people like, you play with me regardless of whatever fucking you identify as, like, you got a problem on your hands with me because you're not gonna play with me like that. That's the type of person I am. Like, that's how I am.
I got a question though, Brent. Like not before we switch, because I know we talked about the switch, but so I know like you saying in the work environment, you gotta be on, you gotta look for that bullshit, you gotta be listening, you gotta be aware for the bullshit. Is
Right.
it the same thing with a female? Like, is it the
Now,
same thing? If
it is.
approaching you, I say if she approached you first at a bar, for instance, and she talking to you first or whatever, is you listening for the bullshit or is you trying to connect with her?
I'm doing both. Believe it or not, I'm actually doing both. I'm actually doing both. The reason why I'm saying I'm doing both is because my mindset is always safety. Like I could go from a small little thing that's not serious to the extreme. Boonie will tell you that.
Yeah, you analyze everything, and I'll be telling you everything's not to be analyzed.
Like I'll give you a great example. Thursday night after I got off from work, I went to this Mexican spot not too far from where I live. So I had a gun on me. I always keep a gun on me. Always 24 hours, 7 days a week. That's how I roll.
Right.
And when I was going inside the bar, the guy Pat searched me or whatever, right? But guess what? He ain't found the gun. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I asked to speak to the manager. So I asked the manager, I said, man, can I talk to you outside? I'm not gonna harm you or anything like that. So the manager came outside. He said, yes, sir, what's the problem? I said, hey man, you need to fire your goddamn bouncer, bro. And he was like, why I need to fire my bouncer for? I lifted up my shirt. He was like, what the fuck? I said, yeah, man, you need to let that guy go. And that analyzation shit, like I'm always analyzing the room, analyzing people. I'm analyzing the conversation. Like, is this motherfucker trying to set me up? Is this person right here in the corner? Like, this is how my mind works. I've always been like that. I'm trying not to be like that, but I can easily go from 100 to 100 easy.
No, I'm saying particularly with a female.
Okay.
Cause you saying you can't vibe with a female. That's what I'm saying. You saying you can't
He don't go in there for connection. He is analyzing everything.
What's stopping it? That's what my question was based on. Like, is she talking to you and she trying to get to know you? Is you like, what's she on? Like, is your antennas up, spidey senses up for that bullshit?
A young lady, after I had broken up with my girlfriend, my girlfriend dumped the fuck out of my head. But I went out with fine ass girl who had known me for a minute. She was always interested in me. And we was at the bar and we was, talking, smoking cigars and stuff. And she told me, she was like, Brent, like, your energy is just so guarded. Like, it's crazy that y'all saying that. She was like, and I was like, what you mean? She was like, Brent, girls, like women at work, women around you want to talk to you and approach you, but they be like, they scared to talk to you.
Is that the same thing y'all saying? That he feel guarded when y'all say that wall? Is that what y'all mean?
Yeah, he is guarded. Like,
Guarded. Okay.
and
Now that's
I actually tried to have
coming
a
together.
conversation about him. I mean, I tried to have a conversation with him about our friendship, and he just deflected. Like, it's
Okay.
like nothing I said was taken
Now I
in.
get what y'all mean by wall. If he's saying guarded, okay.
I mean, like,
Guarded, bro. You
My
got
bad.
to.
All right.
yeah, I am, but I'm gonna be real with you, man. That's kind of like fucking me up because
Is that
it's women who
your
generally like
job?
want to talk to me and stuff like that. You know, you call me big handsome and all that type of shit. But what happens is they get nervous because I seem unapproachable.
That penitentiary. You still in that penitentiary, man.
Yeah, man, I got to work on that. I need to probably. I'm going to see a fucking therapist. Fuck it. I got insurance. I can go see.
You got to
Definitely do.
have a release. Now that you see it, now that you be identifying it, now you
Yeah,
just install something that gonna alleviate that.
yeah. Well, I ain't even gonna say. Damn, this is becoming a fucking therapy session. Hell, we done got off topic. But
Not
I was just about to
necessarily. It's
say,
cool
Brent,
though
if it
Because
makes
they
you
because
can't let it kill your vibe.
right,
it's
if it
cool.
makes you feel better, you were basically vulnerable with us
Us
just
just
now.
now, yeah.
oh my
And it's
god, you
cool
know.
if something that we
Oh,
doing, if something that we doing that we get off course, if it's helping somebody, I don't care. Like, that's what
nah,
it's
y'all.
for.
Nah, yeah, right. I mean, I'm not. This is the thing. I'm not disagreeing with anybody because I've always felt like that. Now that other people are noticing it, I say, damn, okay, I may need to switch up some things. Hell, I got insurance. I can go to therapy.
It's good to be guarded in your workplace, though. I understand the reasoning. You got a reasoning behind all this.
Man,
And
nigga, look here, bro. Man, look here, man. Look here. Yeah, I do.
I mean, but now that you see, okay, it's all about that transition and releasing it. Being able to release it.
Well, it's interesting that y'all were talking about energy. Like I said, that I was out today, running some errands if I got off from work so I could get back in time for the show. And when I went to a Walmart or whatever, it was this attractive girl who was looking at me and stuff like that. But I didn't want to read it wrong. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I didn't. She was giving me that look, like come over here and talk to me. But at the same time, she looking at me because she want me to move the fuck on, or she's looking at me because she wants me to come approach her. So I started overthinking it and
But it's
overanalyzing.
also what you told us. Remember when I don't remember what conversation when you said you realized that you was insecure. I feel like it goes with that as well. Because you question people's motives when it comes to you.
My insecurities and stuff like that, in pertaining to what we're talking about, my insecurities have nothing to do with my height, my size, my weight, none of that. I'm always big handsome, but I've always been insecure when it came to my decision making. And I'm still trying to work through that and try to figure that out because my personal decision makings and stuff like that have cost me a lot of emotional pain and stuff like that, from decisions I've made over the years. And I'm trying to work through some of that shit. So there's some things that I got to figure out. That's why I'm not interested in entertaining anybody right now.
Yeah, all right.
You
So,
gotta fail in order to succeed in the future. So, like you
And yeah, I was
said,
about to
once
say
you
that
start
sometimes
trusting your decision making, sometimes it's the best decision in that moment. And sometimes you don't, like, you never know what's gonna happen. It seemed like it might be the best shit, and then later on something happens and it'll seem like it was the worst decision when actually it was the okay decision. It was the right decision just in that moment. But
right,
once you start realizing that you're gonna have to fail first,
right. I was about to say
things
that.
come a little easier.
well, I'm gonna tell you how I didn't allow my insecurity to hold me back. I was nervous as shit to move unilaterally in my career to Atlanta because I was so comfortable with being where I'm from. But I trusted my decision on this, and I can tell you right now, it's paying off very well. So now, to me, it's almost like a step forward. Like I'm all about self-improvement and everything like that. Nobody is above it. But one of the things that I said that I was gonna work on and stuff like that here is, my decision making and my aggressiveness and stuff. Cause I am a little aggressive sometimes for no damn reason. I'm like, damn, why am I so aggressive? So I'm working on some things, but I'm like where I am though. Like I said in the first episode, second episode, third episode, fourth episode, I like where I am, and I'm getting my head together, and it's cool though. But Boonie already knowing stuff like that. Like, if she ever called me for anything and stuff like that, oh, I'm coming. Like, it's regardless. I got her. That's my nigga. I fuck with Boonie the long way. I can't drive all the way to Louisiana on van, but you cast a spell and all that shit will go with.
You gonna need spells, bro.
You know I can handle it.
Oh, I know you can handle it.
To get back on track, the next question was, how many of your platonic friends have you had sex with?
Shit, I answered that like what the first
Yeah,
one I
you
had
did.
2. And both of
Every
them
time I ask that question, Damien drop his head.
For me, 1.
He drop his head. For me, 9.
Kind of confused, but I actually, it's like, you know how like you have.
Come on, man! I'll let mine out. Let yours out. Damn it, we healing. We healing. We healing over here. Let's go.
What's the question again?
How many of your platonic friends have you had sex with?
I'm
I
sorry.
said 1. Brent said none. Boonie said none.
Honest.
What's yours?
Brent said 2, I think.
You said 2. All right. Well.
For the viewers, I think we define platonic.
Bro.
Sir.
Platonic means non-romantic relationship with a woman. It's non-romantic. Like they started off platonic, but maybe y'all had sex.
Both ways.
Yeah.
Not a relationship. You just
not a relationship, just sex.
So a woman could be platonic with a man, and a man could be platonic with a woman.
Yeah, both ways.
Platonic. We just cool, and then
yeah.
I just say I just want to skip. I skip.
Let's start from the beginning.
I skip.
Just go in order in your mind. Just go in order.
You would be like, a few of them, a few.
I skip that one.
Okay, so the last question was, who was the initiator? Like, in situations where your relationships turn from platonic to romantic and from platonic to sexual, who was the initiator?
He was.
I think the females were. And that's why I have so much respect now. Like I told y'all, I used to be a little bit more misogynist, but now I got so much more respect for women when I look back on my life and I realize, like, dang, I honestly think it's the women every time. Not all the time now. Sometimes it be me, but I'm just saying, like, the ones that's popping up in my head, the ones that I can account for, it was the woman was the aggressor. And that's why I always was asking Brent that. You notice I asked Brent that too. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, if a female come to you in a certain way, what happening? Because that's, what I mean? That's usually real. When you pick up vibes with people. When y'all are aggressors, that's when you like, oh, like, she's saying, like, everything's going right. You don't even realize it.
Oh, yeah, if I like you,
be the man. You think it's the man in the moment.
moment.
We ain't the man, no, she on your ass.
Oh, she a man or me? So you describing me?
Like, for me with my situation, shit, it was both of us. Like, I'll never forget that shit. I was in my bed, knocked the fuck out. I got that little knock on the damn door. It was like 2:30 something. She went to like I think party at the Kappa Caps. Came.
You muted yourself.
She came back from a party or something like that, and she was tipsy with her. I was like, no, you can't come over here because before that I was like that rape culture shit. Like, no, you intoxicated. Like, fuck on. So she went back to her dorm, slept it off.
Y'all been drinking?
Nah, I drink, but I'm not a heavy drinker like that. I don't drink. I ain't never drunk around a woman like that, bro. I be skeptical of that shit. I be overthinking, bro.
That's good. She been drinking?
Yeah, she was fucked up. Mm-hmm. But anyway, she went back to her room, slept it off. Shit, she came over after she went to breakfast that morning. Man, shit, it was on popping, my boy. I ain't denied nothing. I was like, all right, cool, let's go.
So a couple of hours later, you were just like, you know what? I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
pretty much. Yeah.
She came
But
over
I
here.
mean, and then the other one, you know, that was on and off. That was like a friends with benefits type thing. Because when she got her boyfriend, she said, "Hey, I love you. You're my boy." Blah blah blah. I said, "Hey man, do your thing. I ain't coming in between you and your man or no shit like that." And,
So that means she was the one pursuing, or
who, her? She
and that,
initiated. She initiated the sex, but it
yeah.
became like a friends with benefits type thing. It was on and off for like 3, maybe 4 months. And then a friend who I was friends with for a long time, me and her just picked some shit off a couple years later. You know, this was like when I was in my like early 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like this some kid shit to me. But
Yeah.
they initiated it though. I was like, okay. I wasn't gonna turn them down because they were fine. Like they
No,
were
it's turn, but that's why it crazy to me too, Brent, because it made me look back on my life. I'm like, wow.
bro.
that's why you drop that head every time
My
I ask you a question.
bro, my ex girlfriend used to hate the fact that she could come down to my house and stuff like that, and she'll get drunk and drink wine and stuff, and she never and I had to explain to her why I've never um even though we were together, we were in a relationship, I never engaged in sex with her when she was intoxicated. I just couldn't.
Right.
College, like too many dudes that I know was getting hung up and shit like that, up in rape shit and stuff like that with girls and stuff. And I just didn't want to deal with no shit like that because when you intoxicated or under the influence of anything, it inhibits your ability to clearly think.
Right.
Because it can easily become a he say, she say type situation. I just didn't want to be a part of that. Wisdom is learning from others.
What?
So
I'm
I was learning
definitely
from
not about to have sex with nobody that's drunk or high either.
so
Depending on what you're high.
Right. I used to be right drunk with them. When I look, it's like
the way his face looked when he said that.
But the only thing different is social media is that we can see it. We used to be doing that too.
Yeah, but it's so like you got to be careful, man. Right now, in this time, this is called a woman beautiful. Like if you read it wrong, man, you can have everything taken away from you. But that's only if you're a guy with some morality. If you guy ain't got no morality, then you don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like I got some morality about myself, and the one thing that all the women I've ever dealt with, living ass up, all of them can say the same thing. They never felt insecure or not safe around me because I never put them in a situation or anything like that. Like I don't do that type of shit. I'm not a creep. And I don't respect niggas like that. Me personally, like if you a dude that send a chick a dick pic or some shit like that, just off the whim and she ain't asked for it. Like something wrong with you in your brain, bro. Like I think you sick.
You ain't never did that.
Not in a DM now. You can't be DM people and you don't. I know y'all be getting DMs. You barely know what to do.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
I'm talking like if that's your woman, like if that's your woman and y'all doing that, that's cool. But just to do some shit like that to a woman you don't even fucking know or a stranger, like
what you said, man?
I say anytime I get one, because I get quite a few Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. Anytime I get one, I send one back.
She did say she do that. I need to start doing that.
Yeah, I find one that matches my skin tone, and I make sure that it's bigger than theirs and it matches my skin tone, and I send it back.
What's your answer though, Van? What's your
answer?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Were you who was the initiator in the situations where it turned from platonic to relationship or platonic to sex?
I don't know. I was the first one to answer. I said him.
Oh.
It was them, because back then, like I said, I was a danger to myself. When I got bored, I would get into almost anything if I was bored enough. So half of the relationships that I got in was because I was bored. I was just like, fuck it, why not? But the friend with benefits, he asked, I said no. He asked again, like later on down the road, and I said, fuck it, why not?
I just remember something. I did initiate a friends with benefits situation, but it wasn't somebody that I was like, it was somebody that I was friends with throughout the years, but like not actively we talking to each other and stuff like that. Because I just got out of my, not just, but a couple of months after I got out of my last situation, I wanted to try to see if I could do a friends with benefit situation.
Same.
So I
Fucking
went to
same.
somebody that I felt like I could go to and be like, hey, look, let's be friends with benefits. And I'm explaining to you, you know my situation, you know I be sick. So this gonna be it's gonna be kind of hard. But I want to try and see if I can do this. Like I want to see if I'm this type of person, if I'm capable of it. He's still waiting.
Now with mine, it was like he asked. Like I said, he asked. I said no. Later on down the road, he asked again. I was like, "Fuck it, why not?" Mainly because like it's not like I was actually attracted to him, but he was a extremely good guy. Like the typical like light skin, beautiful eyes type nigga, played football type shit. So nice body, face, eyes, everything. He was cool, but I didn't want him. But a lot of the women around the two towns that we used to travel between wanted him. And I remember like he used to come and hang out at my house. And he was leaving out the house one time. And the girl saw him and she was like, "That's your boyfriend?" I was like, "No." She was like, "I don't know why not." So the next time he asked, I was like, "Fuck it, why not? Let's see." And yeah, it went on. We were friends with benefits for like I want to say about like 6 months, a little over 6 months. It was a while until like he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I was like, "No, I'm good."
Mine been going on for a while. We were playing tag for a while. It's about 5 years.
Damn,
probably.
That's a marriage.
Probably about 5 years.
That's a goddamn
he
marriage.
tried to come back and ask again because we end up working at the same place. And people would see us together and they was like, "Y'all dating?" No. And then he was like, "I think we should start back up what we started." Boy, you got a child. No, because that means you don't know how to pull out. Nope. No, I don't want it.
My friends with benefit situation had a kid on me too. And he ain't told me that I had to find out on Facebook.
Hey, I'm laughing.
I was like, you can make babies now. Like, this is different.
I ain't lying.
I remember Boonie told me that shit. I was like, oh, damn, he had a whole baby on you, huh?
A baby. Ain't told me nothing. I'm like, nigga, why you ain't told me you had a baby?
Trifling.
Oh,
you wasn't obligated, though.
Yes, he was obligated. I was telling him everything.
Yeah, that's trifling. That's a baby. You know, come on.
Yeah, tell me something.
I mean, I guess I was gonna see how
he was obligated because of our relationship. It's different. Like if we ain't had that type of relationship, like I was just always upfront with him. Like, okay, this is what it is. This is what it is. And me too. The reason why I went to him is because
niggas ain't about to lose a pussy, bro. We'll lie like
I mean, he could have sex with whoever he wanted to. Okay.
Yeah, no. Mine showed me pictures of his son, and he was like, "Look at him, he's so adorable." I was like, "Oh, that's good, that's cute." Like, you know, this before I had kids, this before I even met my husband. I was like, "Oh, he's adorable. Like, that's good for you." And that's when he brought it up. Like, I think we should, sir. You obviously don't know how to. No.
Oh, no. Now and then he'll take care of his kids. He a good dad. So like sometimes I'll be like, "You here? I ain't got no babysitter."
That's funny. That's funny.
Hey, so I want to know the tally on that.
What do you mean?
Like how many? Who was the most aggressive? The most, the woman or the man?
Nigga, you already know, but Boonie.
No, I'm saying
I don't even know why you had to guess that shit. You already know it. Boonie a fucking sexual deviant. What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, like our whole shit. I think probably the woman, probably the more aggressive. Period.
Boonie inbox the nigga like, "Hey, bro, look, I like you. What's up?"
And you not lying.
Hey, I love women that's. I don't like passive. I like straight to it. You know.
Yeah, I don't think I'm aggressive though. I'm assertive because I ain't gonna like if you ain't with it. I'm not gonna keep coming at you if you ain't with it.
I like assertive. I love.
Okay, cool.
I like assertive women that don't overstep their boundaries though, because certain things,
right? Not aggression.
Certain things to me that you can't say to me initially that like I've gotten turned off by women.
Like what?
Like one woman, I'll never forget this shit. Teaching, it was a parent from high school that I taught at. I'm teaching this woman's son how to read. And the next thing I know, boom, I got Tata pics, you know what I'm saying, sent to my phone from his boy mama. And I'm like, oh man, where is home? Hell no.
That's aggressive because y'all ain't had that type of relationship. The stuff I was doing was definitely assertive, but at the same time, maybe a little aggressive because like it would be periods where I ain't even talk to him. I ain't know if he got a girl or not, and I'll just be photo bombing.
Boonie, you like Boonie will fuck around seeing a damn picture of a nigga she like in the bed, she mermaid style, nigga, what's up?
What?
Nigga, what's up? You sitting in the bed mermaid style with your with one piece attire on top of nigga, what's up?
Yeah.
Boonie, yeah. Seductive as a mother. I know she
relationships.
What you say, Ben?
I could be assertive, but not with like stuff like that. Like I'm pacifist, but I'm just like, if that's what you want to do. But I have been assertive when it came to like, you're not gonna get rid of me. Like you can try, but we both know you're not getting rid of me. Like I will leave you alone for the rest of my life, and I guarantee I'm still gonna be on your fucking brain. You're not getting rid of me.
Yeah, same. But
what I mean by passive, y'all, I mean like with throwing hints. Like I don't like that.
Oh, like they don't throw it at all, but or they hints be missing.
Or they keep throwing hints instead of just telling me what they want.
Oh yeah, I don't like hints either. I don't like that either. I like for somebody to be like, I like you, or I want to have sex with you.
In any type of way. Like, say for instance, like somebody be like, instead of saying, y'all, it's the last minute, I need, if anybody ain't did fold their clothes, please do it today. Or like, if anybody ain't pay their money, it's the last day, please do it. Instead of be like, well, thank you to everybody who paid their money, to the ones who did, like, you know what I mean? Like,
wait, what?
You know what I'm saying? Rather the first way rather than that second way. You know what I'm saying?
Get straight to the
or
point.
Like,
that's shady. That's being shady when you do it like
passive,
that. It's passive aggressive, yeah.
That's what I mean. I'd rather you be assertive.
So somebody was passive aggressive to you when it came to like initiating?
Oh yeah, like initiate. What I mean, like, say for instance, like that's gonna get me being assertive. Like, dang, bro, I want your number because I'm gonna call you. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like what I was telling y'all about the minutes. So like, you know, like, that's assertive to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't like I was gonna buy you some minutes, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or like,
I got
bro
you.
went back in time.
Or you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm just making an example of what we know.
I got you though.
I'd rather like you just be assertive and tell me what you want, or like, you know what I mean?
That's what I be telling everybody. If I want you, you gonna know.
Yeah, like
I want you.
Time, boy, they're gonna get me every time.
You would never know with me. Swear to God.
You will know with me, but at the same time, it's like I'll give you that. Yeah, I want you energy, but you still gonna have to chase a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna let you chase. Like I don't let people chase me for like a long time just because they wouldn't be aggressive. As soon as they was aggressive, that part, I ain't running. I ain't running. It's just you ain't. I'm gonna play with you.
Yeah, sometimes stuff like that.
Though, like I ain't know too.
The reason why this goes back to the shit that we talked about earlier with the aggressiveness shit. I've always got confronted by dudes over they fucking girls.
Oh man.
Like that shit, and I'm like, bruh, man, you need to be checking your woman, man. What you fucking with me for? Because I don't know. That's why I'm always kind of skeptical of that shit. Because I had a damn dude inbox me.
Oh, you talking about like shooting your shot and not knowing if that person got a
right. Because like I've shot my shot with women who I've never had a bad track record of getting the women that I'm interested in, but the ones and stuff who I just wanted to, do some things with. Like I didn't know that they had boyfriends and stuff, and they would fuck around and tell these guys this shit to make them jealous or whatever. And I'm like, damn, your woman the one sending me pictures of her body. You need to talk to her about why she's doing that. What you having a conversation with me for?
I feel like when you confront somebody over somebody that's supposed to be yours, you already done lost.
Yeah, you done messed up.
Hey man, look, man, I'll never forget. Woman came to my damn house. She got a whole fucking husband. I ain't know that shit.
Mm.
I said, girl, you playing a dangerous game right now that I want no parts of. I kick her ass out so fucking fast. Like, you ain't about to get me caught up out here. Because niggas will kill over a bitch.
Right. They'll kill you, bro. Niggas will kill you.
Like, they'll kill you over, like, they'll kill you. Like, they won't even kill you over their
How that
mama. They'll kill you
happen?
over
They'll
chicks.
let her live. They'll let her live.
Talking about they'll let her live.
Hell yeah, they'll let her live.
Know what she been doing.
Look what happened to Trouble. Hey, look what happened to Trouble. Went to a woman's house and shit like that. He lost his life.
For real, that's what happened.
Yeah, he went to a woman's house right here in Atlanta and shit like that. The girl, boyfriend, husband, or whatever came back to the house and shot the man in his chest.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that's what happened.
That's why I'm always packing. But if I'm going to a woman's house, I make sure I bring an extra magazine with me, just in case I gotta get into a shootout. I don't trust that shit. I just don't trust it.
And then he got a proper little vehicle, so he knew his car. He knew he was there.
Hell yeah, he had a fly ass motherfucking bed too. That shit was bad.
Yeah,
he knew a Ferrari.
He knew he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that man. Yeah,
that's sad.
Nah, that's fucked up. It's sad. Like I know, like from my hometown or whatever, like the whole community was hurting after we lost. That was like a brother to everybody. Behind a woman. Murdered over a woman. Like that's why I'm real cautious about some of that shit. I don't know that. I guess that got something to do with my wall.
Definitely gotta be cautious in Atlanta though.
Definitely, you gotta be cautious.
Like,
girl,
when you talk,
that's why you be telling my brother, but I be on him like, bruh, them girls, bruh.
Them
Can't
girls,
be letting
bitch,
your guard down. Can't be letting your guard down around them girls.
Man, a woman will set you up big time. Every big time organization and stuff like that always had women on their payroll and stuff like that to help them set up dudes to lower them in the places to get rid of them.
If you can do something like that, bro,
and
I could not do that.
There ain't no time limit on it. It might start. You might be starting off hitting it good for 2-3 months. No infractions. I'm talking about it's good. Next thing you know, I swear to y'all from personal experience, the last person who I dealt with before I went like accident like that had a boyfriend. I ain't even know the boyfriend, but in the yard I'm looking at his girl up and down, like flirting with each other, all that. You know what I mean? And he been right there in the car. It used to be right there. And I'm telling you, y'all, it got to a point where we were dealing with each other like I'm hitting it like 2-3 times a week, and they together like they live together.
Well, see that one. Well, see, she really hate him.
Now let me tell you how it ended. Like it ended because one day she like,
really hated his ass. God damn. God damn, dog. She really hated that motherfucker. God damn.
Like they thought it was gonna be beneficial. Like I think, I don't know. I don't
think they was like colluding with each other.
Yeah, at first because
I think people do that more often than we think.
Yeah, because
like I got a classroom full of dudes doing time behind some shit like that. Real shit. I ain't even cut you out there. My bad.
No, you good. What I'm saying, like in hindsight, it was crazy because like looking back on it, like knowing that he used to be there some of them times and like we used to be like dang near flirting with each other or whatever like that. And I'm looking at her in a certain way or whatever. It was just like I had even asked my homeboys, I was like, what y'all think about? Like, was he pimping her? Like, what was going on? Because it had got to the point where everything that she was getting from me, like, or that her whole family was getting from me, it was just going through her, right? And like, instead of her sister dealing with me or her cousin or her aunt or her uncle dealing with me like how they did, now everything is coming through her. Put it like that. You feel me?
Right.
So even if for them, it's coming through her now, right? So now we get to a point where this how I hit the head where I feel like figure out she had a dude. Cause like I say, y'all, I ain't know this her boyfriend now or whatever, who her boyfriend or whatever. And that's why I'm saying like, was they in collusion with was he? I think if it was like, it got to a point where whatever their motive was, she would get too happy too. Like, all right, bitch, you like this, you start to like him, like you know what I mean, like. And I think what made this how it ended. Let me tell you how it ended. It ended one day. It was a text. It was like, "Can you bring me such and such?" And I went to take it, and when I got there, it was him coming outside.
What the fuck?
And then he was like, "Can you take me to get cash back?" I think that was his time. He gonna be like, "Bro, I know what y'all got going on or whatever. Can you stop?" But I understood that what he was saying without doing so. I was like, "Nah, bro, I can't do that." But I understood what was going on. You feel me? So I just stopped dealing messing with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
Like I said, I think that happens more often than not, and not even just like in that way, but like I feel like people will get into a relationship with somebody knowing that there's gonna always be that person that they gonna be with, and they'll get into the relationship with somebody and take everything that they can get from them. And then next thing you know, they back with the other person, that person that you don't worry about them. I think they be using people together a lot of the time.
Yeah, that's a meal ticket.
because
That's a meal
I
ticket.
was wondering when you about to act, Brent.
No, what I was getting ready to say, basically and shit like that sound like to me and shit like that, they had some type of understanding. Like, look, I'm gonna let you trick a little bit, so you know we can get X, Y, Z out of whatever we got to get out of him, but don't you fall in love with this nigga, da 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 da. But sound like to me she was catching feelings for you, and that's when he had to step in. Like, man, look, you can't have my bitch. That what it sound like to me.
But you already, I would have said, but I had her.
Nah,
Exactly.
I'm talking about like she was gonna leave him to be with her type shit.
But I wouldn't have, and I think they do that. I wouldn't have if I knew that was the dude right here, especially right here.
Yeah, hey, but shit, I'm gonna tell you, man, who cold blooded, man, when it comes to like game type shit. Women, bro. Like women cold blooded when it comes to running game, bro.
Bro, at first when I look back on it, bro, I'm thinking like, dang, she must have did hate him, but I'm like, dang, I don't know, because they still together now.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Like,
but it don't necessarily be love. It just be we into the same things. Like
They're just having fun.
right. It don't really be love. It really people get a rush out of that stuff sometimes too.
It's at your
like
expense, but they're just having fun.
Yeah, that shit kind of that's that nasty shit that I was
That's
telling you.
weird.
That's almost like people who are swingers.
And that when I learned about energy, that's how I learned about energy, y'all, and like how serious it was. Like that was the snap. That was the exclamation point on like energy and stuff.
Because
Because
I'm still learning energy part. I just don't trust a motherfucker off the rip.
no, what I'm saying by that, what I mean by that type of energy is he can feel me and I can feel him because we dealing with the same broad intimately at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And close with each other. So he could feel, you know what I mean, like y'all say, that energy disturbing him because, like y'all say, if they rocky with each other, or she don't like him, or she just use it for a certain reason, but when she around me, she happy and she he wondering why she's so happy or why he can't do that now. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case. All that stuff comes
sound like to me she was using you for like emotional support and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
Right, and that's that portal for like, what I mean by swapping energy now. Like she come home happy, or he could be mad at her, and she come to my house. And now she released that stress, and now I beat it down, and now it on me, and now she happy. She leave happy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
People be vampires, and they be soul swapping, energy swapping.
All right, and they don't even know sometimes. So you gotta know them, and you gotta be sacred with your energy, especially something like what you got.
Well, I knew because I told Boonie this story about a girl I was dating, and I knew that girl was cheating on me because.
Hold up now, story time coming up. We saved it for story time.
Right.
I got one more question.
Hey, remember that one? That sounds good.
Time.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Oh shit, yeah, this is a good one here. Boonie, you better tell me.
I actually got a story for story time today.
Oh shit, viral.
But so for the let's fix it segment, the question is, how do you think we can keep platonic friendships platonic even when we are attracted to each other?
Make your goddamn intentions very clear from the jump.
Yeah, I think you should set boundaries. Like set boundaries. You don't do something, especially if you can tell that somebody like you. Like if I think that one of my friends like me, when they ask me to do stuff with them, like let's go bowling, let's do this, I say no. Because I know the more time we spend together, the more you gonna like me. So I'll say no, I ain't want to do that.
I asked you out one time to get you out the house because I never seen you. I've only seen you. I think I've only met Boonie in person probably about twice because I'm scared to go to the house. Like I'm scared if I sneeze or cough wrong or something like that, you know, I don't want to give her my germs and shit. I be concerned about that shit, man, real shit. Like I'm like, damn, I ain't want. I'm like, damn, close to Boonie and some other people. That's the last friend I got. I ain't trying to lose my friend like fuck. Man. But nah, I be trying to get you about the house. Like I can't wait for you to come down here to Atlanta though.
I'm gonna make everybody fall in love with me in Atlanta.
That's what I'm worried about.
Getting them.
I think it goes back to setting boundaries because
yeah,
it's like so I have a male friend that I've been friends with since 2011, and we used to have all kind of conversations. Like we had no fucking boundaries. We used to have all kind of types of conversations and shit, and it was never a problem to us, of course, because there's nothing there. Like there's no physical attraction, no sexual attraction, no romantic attraction, like nothing at all. We are strictly platonic friends, but we could talk to each other about anything. But once my husband came into the picture and he started hearing the conversations, he would be like, yeah, that I'm not comfortable with that. So we even now, like we know what we can and can't or shouldn't talk about. Like we have boundaries. Like we're not gonna have these type of conversations. We're not gonna have those type of conversations. Like we can still talk about any and everything, but at the same time, it's like there's a limit to it.
right.
And I think that's also what helps keep the friendship a friend. Not saying that anything would ever happen between us, but still, that's what could help keep friends as friends, not just intentions. Because, like I said, I've dated somebody that we both, the only intent we had was just being friends, and we ended up in a relationship. But limiting your time together, limiting your conversations, limiting how much you talk, like stuff like that, will keep you at a friendship level.
Well, one of the things that we didn't touch on, I don't think nobody mentioned it, but you know, people put platonic friends in the friend zone as backup plans of shit fails with anybody else relationship wise.
That's not friendship. That's what we was talking about. Well,
Right.
no, me and Boonie was talking about that earlier. If the
it's
friend
the
zone exists, period,
I
that
missed that
means
part.
there
if
is
you
no
feel like
friendship.
you was friend zoned, it's because you wanted more. People who be mad
Exactly.
like
That's not
women always be
friend.
friend zoning me. Why does that matter? Are you supposed to be friends with her, right? Why would it matter if somebody puts you in the friend zone if you don't want to be with them?
I look like I've never been quote unquote friend zone because I was always chill with all my homegirls. I love my homegirls and stuff
You've
like
been
that.
friend zoned.
By who?
Me. Like what
By
you
you?
mean?
By who? By you?
You friend zoned by anybody who has not been in a romantic
Oh yeah,
relationship with you.
yeah. Okay,
Like what you
well,
mean?
okay, yeah, you're right. But what I'm saying is like I love that friend zone aspect because when I was doing dirt and I had a homegirl that was doing dirt and shit like that, man, look, we used to have each other back. You were so and so, yeah, I'm with so and so. You were so, yeah,
I
I'm with
thought
so
you was
and so.
about to say something.
Nah, I ain't saying nothing prolific.
See,
Bro,
I
I thought you
can't
were
be
about to
one of them
say
friends.
something good.
Nah,
Like
that's
what?
no, that's just the ratchet side of me. My bad, y'all. I had a whole moment just now. My bad. I'm sorry. My
My
apologies.
homeboy tried that with me, and I snitched hard. Like,
Why
don't
you
ever do no
snitching?
shit like that to me. Don't ever. I don't care how much I love you. I don't care how close we are. Don't put me in no position like that. I will snitch on your ass. I will pull up receipts, dates,
Yeah, I ain't
everything. Don't
lying
do
for
that.
nobody. I ain't gonna snitch, but I ain't lying for you.
Shit.
And that go for me. And Boone, know that go for men and women. Don't do that shit to me. I don't
Yeah,
appreciate that shit. I don't tolerate that shit. Don't do that to me.
me
I'm the
neither. Don't do
last
that to
person you
me.
need to tell you doing dirt on, because I'm gonna tell it. I
These are
want
why
somebody to tell it for me before somebody be like, but what if somebody can't do it? I will take you out to dinner if you do it. Don't put me in that position. I'm
shit. This
snitching every single time.
this was my wild ass like younger college years and stuff like that. Now that I'm older, I'm not gonna tell, but there will be hints. Hey, so and so, you need to go home around about 12 o'clock.
That's still telling nigga.
I don't give a
I'm
shit,
like,
but
it
that's a
gonna
hint.
be you ain't getting
Hey,
around it.
the
That's
plumber,
snitches.
the plumber is coming about 9:30.
The plumber.
He has to lay CVC pipe. All I'm saying is you might want to check the postal man. He's the dropping off a package.
They call it dry snitching.
I don't
Right.
give a fuck. Like, you ain't about to do no shit like that around me.
Yeah, I ain't with that cheat. I ain't about to support you cheat on somebody or whatever you doing.
When you young and you dumb, yeah, but when you get older and you get more mature, you know better, and like, nah, that shit ain't got no place for society. That's how people get killed.
I had that happen one time. They was like, "Yeah, I was with." So when you gonna tell your boyfriend? What you talking about? When you gonna tell your boyfriend? Why would I tell him? Because if you don't, I am.
Dang.
I believe her too.
And then go in with the next question, bro.
Damien ain't responding yet.
Oh, my bad, then my fault, bro.
Damien didn't respond.
How
do we keep platonic friendships platonic?
Like I said, from I think be honest, started off that way. Beginning. You know, now that I think about it, that make me more in alignment with what Steve Harvey's saying in this realm. That I realized that dang, like most people who I'm platonic with, I don't talk to them at all. Like text them, talk to them. When we see each other, that's when it's all the love and stuff like that in the groups. But like people who I actually interact with, be texting and like talking to on the phone, like they be some of them, most of them platonic because it's like we done been there, done that. Now we know we friends, so that's why we could talk and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But we probably done been intimate before. I'm being real. Like if we talk on the phone and I can help you with your problems and your boyfriend and your husband and like it's because we know each other. You know what I mean? And we done been there, done that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like anybody that I actually been platonic with, I don't talk to them at all. Like at all.
Yeah, I feel like if you're spending a lot of time with the opposite sex, like this person started off being friends, you are taking a risk of creating that bond with them and putting their feelings out there, catching feelings for them and stuff like that, because it's natural for us to be curious about that. So
right.
You do have to set boundaries and limits on what you can do with that person in order for y'all to remain friends.
But what is worse though? Is a sexual attachment worse than an emotional attachment?
That depends on the person.
Yeah.
Because I noticed the stuff like that with people in relationships. It seems like to me that the investment into the relationship is what sets people crazy when they realize that something may or may not go their way.
What do you mean by investment?
Like time, money, friendship, stuff like that. Because it's been situations where I've met some of my friends, boyfriends, or other platonic friends and stuff, and I've noticed the stuff. I'm like, hey, that dude really like you. You know what I mean? Like,
I think sometimes people know, they just ignore it, because that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, you think they like the
attention? As long as you don't cross no boundaries with me, if I think that you like me, as long as you don't try me, I'm gonna act like I don't know.
Oh, trust me, you good at it now.
I bet like I don't know, and like, as long as you don't say nothing to me, come
I
at
think
me
it's the same. Like as long as you haven't crossed that line, sometimes again it does depend on the situation and the person, but sometimes it's like as long as you ain't crossed that line, like you being respectful and you being okay. Like I've had friends that since I've been married, or people I considered friends at the time that would basically disrespect my marriage, and it's like, all right, so we can't be friends because you're not being accepting of this. You're trying to cross the line. You're crossing boundaries. You're making it obvious that this is how you feel. So we can't talk no more. We can't be friends no more. Whereas you have others, they respect it. They know their limits. They know not to go too far, and they never say anything. They leave it at that, and they're being respectful. They be respectful to your partner and to you, and that's fine. But you have some who are like, no, it's the fact that I know it, you know it, they know it, and I don't like it, and they want you to end it and dead it then and there. So it just depends on the person.
Yeah. Now that we say this, like this is the most platonic I ever been in my life. Like I know how to do that now. Like Like and I have actually cut people off that I'm drawing, like how y'all say, I've created that boundary with, now that I know what boundaries are and how to stick to them. People that I've created that boundary with, like, I'm trying to create that boundary. Like, I'm trying to be your friend, but on a platonic level, and they still trying to blur that, I cut them off. Like, this is the most platonic in my life. Like, seriously.
Because it gets tricky, like, and you have a lot of people who like those blurred lines, like they like to have those type of relationships or whatever, because I can always go to this person when I'm lonely, when I need somebody. And that's a thing too. You have to stop doing that. Stop crossing the lines with your friends for fun or because you're lonely. Stop doing that, because that it causes problems, and you potentially losing out on a good friendship that you could have had because you wanted to have fun or feel something for the moment.
Yes. And I realized, like, me being me, that's a real good speech to me, kind of like what you just said, because I realized, like, I love having female friends. Like, that's just who I am too. At the same breath, like, that's just who I am. I always had more female friends, and I'm gonna spend more time on the phone with females than males. Like, period. Like, I just like being around female energy. Like, I just like being around. I like learning from y'all, listening to y'all. You know what I mean? Like, chilling with girls. In high school, I had a lot of platonic relationships because, like, I'm dealing with their friends or whatever. But, like, I could chill with all of them without the friend. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's how I always was like that.
I always used to set my boundaries because I know when somebody like me, and when they don't, I did meet a new friend recently though that he said that he's my platonic friend, and I believe him. You know, it's still new, but I believe him.
I got my boundaries so different now, to the point where, like, I know I'm gonna be platonic with these friends because, like, you ain't even really my type now that I know myself.
Right.
Or not that it ain't just sexual. You know what I mean?
Right. Or like just
like say fun. Like
the self-awareness, like you said, like you know what you want basically. Right. So I feel like because of that, you're gonna make different decisions.
Yeah, and I ain't even gonna open you up like that to make you want me, like, you know,
right.
And like, you know, have you wanting that again and stuff.
Yeah, because it's messed up too, because sometimes people just do that for their amusement.
And you don't even realize it though sometimes.
Yeah, it's fun. It feels good when somebody like you.
Yeah, you ain't gonna think that about that.
That's why I've always been like that. Anybody that I've been friends with a lot, and I've been friends with dudes all my life. That's who I've been around most of my life. So I am a professional at this. I'm good at curving niggas without bruising their ego. I'm good at putting you in the friend zone and keeping things platonic, the boundaries, all of that, because I've been around men all my life. So I learned how to navigate different spaces with them or whatever. And I know if I don't really like somebody and they like me, to keep them at a distance.
Right.
Because never know what happens.
I feel like platonic or not, I value the female opinion. Always did. So that's why a girl can put up with my little vibrance. back then.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to offer on this one.
Even now, like, they can put up with it because, you know, I'm a good friend, you know, good conversation and good, you know.
You definitely got good energy, because whenever we talk, I be charged, and that's like most I'll say with guys, it's usually never like that with me. For me.
Shit, I be drinking the fuck out of Boonie. I already know it.
You do be draining me. That's why I be like, look, go on your side of the world. Leave me alone for a little while.
That's exactly how I end up losing the other male friends that I had back then, because we were cool, but it seemed like we just like started growing apart, because like I started learning more, being more self-aware, and they were kind of still stuck in like our high school days. Like, we're in our 20s, but they still acting like we was 15, and I'm like, bruh, come on now. Or they got kids but still acting like when we was 18, and I'm like, this this dynamic ain't gonna work. And then the last friend that I let go, the last male friend that I let go from that time period, pulled exactly what I said I'm gonna snitch on. Like, he telling me about this girl and like he love her, he thinks she the one, he gonna move out there with her, he gonna move out there to go see her, all of that good stuff. And she messaging me and stuff, which I never understood why. But at the end of it, found out the only reason that he even put us in contact together was because he thought I was gonna be like his backup plan for his bull crap, and I was gonna be telling her like, he love you and stuff like that. And I was like, nah, bullshit, leave him,
Right.
You
leave
really
him.
do be having people that will do that, encourage people to be in a relationship that's not serving them, and that is evil.
Yeah,
That's
it's
evil, bro.
weird to me because that was the first time that it happened, but then when it happened the second time, I was like, y'all man really out here be trifling like that. Like,
Like that is
this
evil,
other
bro.
this other guy was really, I thought we were like really good friends with, uh sent his girl and told her that we should be friends. And I was like, I ain't got no problem with that, but you should know like what that comes with, like the type of person that I am and how my mouth is. And the stuff she was telling me wasn't adding up to the stuff he was telling me. And I was like, look, screenshot, this is what he's saying to me. So all the stuff, I was like, somebody lying, and I'm not gonna like right out believe he's lying. So somebody lying, either you lying to me, or he lying to you, or he lying to me. Somebody in this little trio lying.
Yeah.
And she was like, he never told me that. And he was like, did you send her screenshots? Yes, I did. I sent her screenshots of this, and that. Do you want me to send them to you so I can show you exactly what we said? He was like, I sent her to be for y'all to be friends, not for you to be her therapist. I said, you must not know what friendship is, sir, because
Exactly.
that's
Right.
not how I roll. So he stopped being friends with me because I was snitching. And I was like, if you weren't doing the bullshit, we wouldn't have this problem. I'm like, y'all really out here doing this. So
Because
I
yeah,
only
you will
have
have
one male
people that
friend.
do that. They'll connect you with somebody, and the person will be encouraging the women to stay in a or not, or the person to stay in a relationship. Like, oh, he love you. I don't think he would do that to you.
And that's
Whatever
the
it
thing.
is.
I
That's
really
weird.
was, because I was like, he does seem to care for you. If he's doing this, that, and the third, he must really like you, because I've never known for him to be like that. And I was being honest. I wasn't being like no, what's it called?
Man,
Yes, wingman. I wasn't trying to be a wingman. I was being genuine. Like, I thought this was how those people were until shit started popping off, and I was like, "Oh yeah, no, leave him, leave him." I thought that was your friend. He is. I love him to death. I swear to God, I do. But if he ain't treating you right, leave.
Right.
I do the same thing with my brother.
I don't know if y'all follow her or not, but this is a woman. Her name is Daphne Ford Sutton, and what's so crazy is she posted something like that on her Facebook today, and it came on my timeline. This woman's girlfriend was cheating on her current boyfriend, and she wanted her girlfriend to lie for her, saying that she was with her and her boyfriend and stuff like that or whatever. And her girlfriend told her flat out, no, like if you don't want to be in a relationship with him, why are you still with him?
Exactly.
And she called her, what did she call her? She said, you letting that man control you now and all that type of stuff. And all the girlfriend said was, no, I'm not going to continue to do it. Like, I'm in a happy relationship with my man or whatever. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, eventually we got to grow up.
Right.
Right.
And,
And you gonna get that karma back too. Like you doing that to people.
oh
That's
yeah,
karma.
oh yeah, big time. And they were older doing some shit like that. Like, if you're in your 20s or your late teens, whatever. But when you hit that 30 mark or something, you need to, if your mindset still focus on immature shit, are you really mature?
Right.
So it is what it is.